And we're back. Let's go ahead and get this prefix list applied, and we're going to do that with the neighbor command. So let's go under router BGP123 neighbor 2, and we want to put prefix list, filter updates to and from this neighbor. And there it is. So let's go ahead and put prefix list. Then it's going to ask you, of course, for the name. And you've got to say whether it's filtering inbound or outbound updates. So we could have gone to 2 and 3 and tried to filter the incoming, but it was much more efficient to go to router 1 and filter the outgoing. So let's go ahead and put out. And that's the end of our options. And now let's go down to 3, or put the same statement in for 3. We'll do a soft clear. I got tired, I couldn't type that T. And ta-da! It's already been filtered. Let's go to 3 so we can look at them side by side, do the exact same thing. And you can see this is exactly what we wanted. 16, 17, 18, 19, they're all gone, but the network 5 is still there. So we met all the requirements and we're done. Let's go up and do a little verification though. I want to show you a show command on router 1. Show IP prefix list, and if you have a lot of prefix lists on there, if you've got a router that's running BGP big time and you've got 50 prefix lists, you can always put the word on there or do a summary or detail. But here we're just a show IP prefix list. It shows you the name of it, shows you how many entries, and notice the sequence numbers 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and that is the default. So let's put those into action next. We're going to go back to router 5. And we're going to add, let's see what we got. I believe it's 55,555. Make sure it's there. Yep, there we go. So let's go router BGP5, network. Almost. And let's hop over to router 1 and see if we see that one yet. And we do, and there it is, valid and best. Now, routers 2 and 3, are they going to see it? Router 2 sees it, and it's valid and best because of the next hop statement we put in earlier. And show IP BGP, there it is. And what were the requirements of the lab when we went over in the last video? One of them was, let it see anything that we add in the future. So far, so good. Routers 2 and 3 see the network, valid and best, everything's fine. Now, more word comes down from on high. It says, oh, wait a minute. I meant for you to filter that network 55 as well, the one you just added. So now we got to go back to router 1. Router 1. There we go. Let me move that up a little bit. Just slip. There we go. So now those sequence numbers really come in handy. Because we know that if we put a deny 55,555/32 right here and we do not put a sequence number in, what's going to happen? It's going to be put at the bottom of the list. It's going to go to sequence 30. And that won't do us any good because sequence 25 is permit everything. So we need to use our sequence numbers here. Nothing to it though. IP prefix list. Really? This is getting silly. There we go. Net 5, and now you need to put SEQ in for the sequence number, and then you put the actual sequence number. It'll really work in this case as long as it's lower than 25 and it's not being used by any other sequence or any other statement. So what I would do here though, I wouldn't make it sequence 24 necessarily, because then if you came back and you needed to put something in between this line and 25, you wouldn't have room to do it. So I always go for the middle ground. It's not a requirement, but I'm going to do 23 here and then do a deny 55,555/32. And we'll run show IP prefix list to verify, and you can see right there it is, sequence 23. So it worked perfectly fine, and we'll do a quick clear. Seriously, thank goodness for sequence numbers. those of you who had to live in a world without sequence numbers, you didn't miss much. Here's show IP BGP, and you'll notice the network 55 is now being successfully filtered there. Apologies, we're going to move that back so that doesn't happen anymore. And we'll go to 3, show IP BGP, and there's the network. So it is a beautiful thing. And again, prefix lists not limited to BGP usage, but the more you use BGP, the more you will be using them. That concludes our look at prefix lists. We got more BGP coming up next.